Hello, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Writer's Chat. My name is Johnny Alexander. I'm a novelist. I write inspirational historicals, contemporary romances, and prison mysteries. We're not joined today by our co-hosts, Jeannie and Bethany. They've sort of taken off working other things. But I'm so excited to have with me as co-host Rebecca Doris. So, Rebecca, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm a writer and a graphic designer, and I'm just happy to be here and see how I can help y'all.
We're really glad to have Rebecca with us and help and being part of the team. So here we are again on Writer's Chat, the weekly show for writers, about writers, by writers. And we're going to talk today about Christmas gifts and Christmas gifts that writers would love to get and Christmas gifts that writers can give, how we can bless other people with our writing. So we're just going to chat about that for a little bit. And we're so thankful to have some members of our community with us today, too, because I know everybody's got a lot of other things on their mind. Christmas list, baking, all that kinds of things. I'm moving Saturday and have not one single thing packed. So you know how I'm going to be spending my next few days. So anyway, right now I'm so glad to be with you guys. I'm going to share with you a couple gifts that people have given me that have been really fun. After my debut novel was released, a friend gave me this little figurine. So it's a little girl. She's got these little dangly legs. You can sit her on a bookshelf or a book and the legs dangle over. And she's got these little wing things. And what you can't see on the book, my friend actually wrote the word treasure on there. So my novel was Where Treasure Hides. And so it's very personalized that way. So, I mean, just little fun things like this can make a nice Christmas gift. And one other thing, someone sent me this not too long ago. It's an ornament, and it says book club, but she wrote my name on it. Isn't that cool?
That's cool.
It's really pretty. So this will not be put away with Christmas stuff. I mean, I'm going to have this sitting out all the time. And then one thing that I sent Jeannie and some members of my critique group was Dr. Seuss, the places you'll go. I mean, we all need mugs, right?
It's a great book too. Very inspiring.
Yeah. So, getting writer mugs are good.
My grandmother gave that book to all her grandchildren for graduation. Every graduation, and she had a lot of grandchildren. She gave everyone other places you'll go, and it was so perfect.
I love that. Yeah, because you just, we all have those writing dreams and we just don't know, yeah. So it's very inspirational. So, what else? Oh, books. Of course, books on writing. And this is when self-editing for fiction writers. Anytime I judge contests or talk to people, I feel like they need this book. This is a great beginning one to help for fiction writing. Anybody else have books that they would recommend? Let's just have you come on if you've got books. Let's talk about books. Tell us about that, Jan.
Connections, Social Media, and Networking Techniques for Writing by Edie Melson.
Why do you like that one?
It touches each of the different social medias and how to use them, what's the best way to, get going with them. So it's a good reference to go back and forth with.
Great. Anybody else have a book they want to share that they would want to get, Deborah?
Well, I'm going to, promote my own book, Seven Cheat Sheets.
Absolutely.
I've got some other ones too, though. But this book, it's real short. It's cheat sheets that, a writer that struggles with a certain kind of grammar, they just have that one sheet they can, look at or print off because you can get this in PDF format. But also two other books that I think writers are pretty good about purchasing books on the craft for themselves.
Yeah.
But what they do miss is the motivation. And two books that I have found very helpful as far as motivation and, just core value and why I do what I do is Cease Murphy's book, Unleash the Writer Within. Mm-hmm. And then there is Scott Bell's book called The Art of War for Writers. When I bought this, I thought it was going to be on the craft, and it is to a degree very much on the craft, but it's written in a way that's like a daily devotional. And you can read it that way, or you can just sit down and, read however much you want at a time. But I found it to be really motivational and idea inspiring. And I think that that's a lot of what writers don't get. They don't get that motivation that they need to keep going.
I like that. And Tina mentioned Story Trumps Structure by Stephen James. I have it back here too. It's one of my my favorites as well. And I'm right now reading a book called, well, it just went out of my head. The Emotional Craft of Fiction, I think, something like that. It's in the other room. It's by Donald Moss. Fabulous, fabulous book. And to what Deborah was saying, a book that's kind of craft but also motivational, Writing with Quiet Hands. I don't remember that author's name off the top of my head, but wow, it was cool.
Another good idea, if you're looking, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Well, if you're looking for something to give somebody every year, maybe if there's somebody close to you, it's hard to beat the Writer's Market Guide.
Right.
Either the Christian writers or the regular, both would be such a gift to get that every year.
And the Christian Writers Guide, Steve Lobby had on his blog yesterday the announcement that the 2018 edition is out, and you can get the online version for like $25. And that way you have the updated version all year long. They update it as they get new information, and apparently there's ways to do searches and that kind of thing. So that's really cool. Yeah, I mean, lots of good books in the chat. So, as we go along, even if you think of something else, be sure to add that on there. Or if you want to talk about one in particular, please grab it and we can do that too.
One that I haven't read, because I think it's pretty new. I'm not sure, but it is so good because I've been following their Instagram. It is Called to Create by Jordan Raynor. Has anybody ever heard that?
Yes, I just finished it.
Oh, how is it?
Wonderful. Yes, Called to Create, Jordan Raynor, just was released not too long ago. I absolutely loved it. It's geared to writers and to entrepreneurs, and just having that call and talking about God being the first entrepreneur.
Wow.
And yeah, one of the first things I took away from that was that our reason, our motivation for creating, for writing, for being an entrepreneur, whatever it is that God's called us to do, is that we do it for the glory of God and to show love to others. And, it's like I often struggle. Susan Murphy says, why do you write? You need to have that. And it's like, that's just not an easy answer. And then I read Jordan's book and it's like, well, yeah, that's what it is. It doesn't have to be any more personal than that. It can just be that. So yes, highly recommend that book too, Called to Create. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Jan says, when my first book came out, my youngest daughter gave me a cross pin to sign my book. That's cute. That's cute. I have a pin too my friends gave me, and it's got like treasured moments on it or something like that, my name, and I don't use it because it's in a pretty little box and I've got to set up someplace. Yeah, I know that's a very sweet gift. And thanks to Tina for putting that link in the chat for Called to Create.
I think something that's so helpful about what Jen said is when somebody affirms you that way. Like when we first got married, I was a teacher, and my husband gave me a little ornament that said the world's greatest teacher. And I hadn't even taught yet, actually. So I wasn't the world's greatest teacher, but him saying that and affirming that. And I was reading an article about how somebody's husband had given them a writing desk, and just that affirming that I'm behind you, that's more than the gift. It's the thought that I'm for you doing this. That's so great.
I love that. Welcome to Dell and Sherilyn. We're glad you guys are with us too.
Thank you.
Yeah, glad you're here. Okay, so we've been talking about some gifts, and we can talk more about this too as we go along. But Rebecca's going to share with us some things that writers can give to other people, how we can use our talents to bless others during the holiday season.
Well, I actually was reading the Steve Lobby blog, and Bob Hostetler was on there talking about how as writers, we have the opportunity to give through the gift that we've been given of writing. And just some of the things he said were a poem. I'm trying to remember all of them. And I think he said writing little notes and wrapping them in a blanket and giving them, and writing a song or writing so many ideas of things we can give as writers that not everybody can do. And the only thing they cost is time, which is all our most valuable asset. It's a lot harder to spend time on something than it is just to go to Amazon and buy something.
It is. That's really, you know, when you give a gift of yourself like that, one of the things that he talked about was doing, like putting Christmas newsletters together. If you have, you know, if you've been keeping Christmas newsletters for a while or sending those out, binding those together and giving them to your children, or and it made me think several years ago, I mean, this was, oh my gosh, it was a long time ago. I think right about the time Jill was getting married, so maybe about 10 years ago, I took my old journals and typed out specific things from those about the girls, like when I was pregnant for them, or, you know, just different things. And where I could, I inserted pictures. Now, I was doing this on WordPerfect, so this kind of tells you how long ago it was. And, you know, just having to get the pictures in there just so, and I printed it out on really pretty paper, did it in sort of a cursive font, and put that into an album and gave one to both the girls. I didn't do that for my son. I didn't figure it would really matter so much to him. But, you know, I think that they both really appreciated that gift, to, you know, kind of get a glimpse into who I was when I was about their age, and, you know, just starting to have children and all of that kind of thing. So that was, it took a lot of time, and it wasn't as easy as it is to do that kind of thing now. We can just sort of drag and drop photos and make it real easy, but still it was a pretty cool thing to do. I'm glad I did it. So, you know, that might be something.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Like a photo book, like Shutterfly. It's so, like you say, it's so much easier now, and it just takes a little bit of time of writing, and we can make something pretty. And
we can. So what else, guys? Feel free to come on and share with us gifts that you have either given or have been given, or things that you want to have. Maybe there's some, you know, we can have a little Santa wish list. What are you wanting for Christmas to help you with your writing career?
Can I show y'all something?
Yes, please.
Okay, I'm going to try a screen share, if that's okay. This is from James Scott Bell's Amazon page, and I actually got one of these, and it was like $25, and it is so cool, and my kids love to use it now, like for homeschool. But let me see if I can figure out this screen share thing, because it's like a calculator, only it is a keyboard. Have y'all heard of the AlphaSmart?
Yeah.
I'll show you. Okay. Can y'all see that?
Yeah. Do you see what we see?
We only have a certain amount of time on this form, and I want to have as many writing projects done as I possibly can. So I don't just have a regular writing time. I look for ways to snatch time, to find places where I can do some writing, even if it's only a short burst. I carry around a very handy little device called the AlphaSmart, and it has a full keyboard, very light. It runs on AA batteries, and you can just type. It's a dedicated word processor. And then when you're done, you flow it into your word processing program, and you're done. So I like to snatch time when I can. Now, you can carry this to rather absurd lengths. I don't suggest you write in the car.
I love the music.
Yeah.
just have a little bit of writing time, and it mounts up. I like something Isaac Asimov said. He wrote something like 700 books. And somebody asked him, what would you do if you knew you only had 1 week to live? And he said, type faster.
That's never.
So funny.
I love the music.
Yes.
So how much do this cost? Do you know?
Mine was like $25 or so. I mean, it wasn't bad for that. And the battery life, I mean, I've never changed the batteries, and I got it over a year, and my kids use it all the time because it has like 8 different files. So each kid has their own file, and they sometimes fight over who gets to use the AlphaSmart.
Oh, wow.
I used to have those.
Does it just go into Microsoft Word then? You can just,
Well, it has a plug, and you turn on your email or your Word or whatever, and when you plug it in, you hit share, and it's like magic. It just starts, the letters just start pouring onto the screen. It's so neat.
oh, wow.
I used to have one of those.
How did you like it, Mary?
I didn't find it as helpful because I was not, I wasn't able to snatch the time that I wanted to with it. But I knew a lady that had one, and she wrote most of her books on it in her lunch hour.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
And it's nice because there's no distractions. You can't get onto the internet, and you can't pop over and check your email. If you don't need to research and all you need to do is pump out the words, it's really great.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. Well, and there's one for $19.97. Found one on Amazon. So
I just Googled it on my desktop computer. $19.97 at Amazon.
Yeah, and they were a whole lot more than $25.
when they first came out, yeah.
Beginning.
Wow. So we could all can you see us all like at a Serious Writer conference at 1 o'clock, and we're all got these little AlphaSmart things. That's a pretty inexpensive gift too. That's nice. You can buy that for yourselves, ladies.
You have to ask Santa Claus for that, right?
Yeah, this is good for yourself. There's going to be a run on AlphaSmart. Thanks for sharing that. That was so cool. Anybody else?
Well, I found something that's really kind of cute, and since we only have ladies on here, right?
Right now, but it is being recorded.
Oh, no! I found this shirt, and it's kind of cute. See if I can turn this around. How do I turn?
What are you trying to do? Turn your computer around?
Yeah, can I turn my screen around?
I don't know.
It's a shirt. It's
I
right.
think you'd have to turn the whole computer around.
It's a T-shirt. And it says "Write Naked: A Bestseller Secret to Writing Romance, Navigating the Path to Success." Thought it was funny.
That's funny. T-shirts are good ideas, and you can find them that say all kinds of fun things on them. Like, be nice to me or I'll kill you in my next novel, or something like that.
But that's another gift. That was one of the gifts I thought of. Not that I was going to look for this one, but it was on the page when I looked for the other thing. But I was going to say T-shirts that are cute.
Mm-hmm.
On 5 Minute Friday, if anyone does that with Kate, is it Montong? I'm not sure how you say her last name. It's called 5 Minute Friday. You just go to 5minutefriday.com. And she posts one word every Friday. She posts it either late Thursday night or early Friday morning. So what you do is you write for 5 minutes exactly. You time yourself, and then you stop. And she says you're not supposed to critique yourself, but I do. And then you post it. And then if I met her at Maranatha Christian Writers Conference. And so then she posts them, and you'll see on her 5 Minute Friday, and it's just a snapshot of each person, and then you can read what other people wrote. But what it does is it just gets you to keep on writing, and it gets you to be faithful every Friday to post something on your blog. But she's got a cute shirt. She's got a couple of them, that say to continue to write and different things. So T-shirts are cute gifts, gifts. and to encourage us to keep on writing.
And gift or tote bags. I mean, you can put a phrase or whatever on all kinds of things. Mugs, t-shirts, tote bags, I don't know, ties.
Coffee's a good one.
Coffee
You know
is a good one.
Vicky's not here, but
She's not. And we have the Serious Writer blend. So, yes, you can get that from Vicki. Yeah. Okay, so somebody in the chat, Sophia, I love this. Someone gave her a Kindle. So that gave her permission to write fiction. Why don't you just come on and tell us a little bit about that? Because I understand that. There's the Serious Writer blend of coffee.
There it is.
Awesome for us.
you just need to be able to smell it.
I know, it smells really good. Okay, Sophia, take it away.
Hi. Well, I am also a homeschooler, and I have had 7 students at any time, at the most. And my husband is also an entrepreneur. He started back doing that after we had adopted 2 teenagers. And I stopped reading. I love reading. I've read voraciously since I was very little. And I remember telling myself, I don't have time. If I start this book, I will stay up all night and I will be worthless the next day. And because I hate putting stories down. And so I stopped reading. And there was a lot going on. But when and now this year, I have only 1 student. My youngest is a senior and she drives, and there's been a lot of things changing. Sandra Lovelace, who you guys know, invited me to join her last conference at Blue Ridge, and it was wonderful. And I just went for the fluke. I didn't think of myself as a writer. But I was very encouraged at that time, and I was challenged to take that one talent that God had given me and invest in it, not because it was better or important or anything like that, but because it was a talent that had been given to me, and I was responsible to invest in what my master had given me. And part of investing was permission to read, and I love it because with this Kindle, I mean, I still have a hard time sitting down and reading at home, but I keep it in my purse. And if I'm in the store in a long line, I'll read. And if I'm in a show waiting for something to start, I'll read. If I'm in a doctor's office, and it's a way for me to have time to invest that doesn't take away from a lot of the responsibilities that I still have.
I love that. Yeah, we need to be reading, and I know that too, that sometimes there's so many other things to do, and that seems like such a luxury, and so we don't. And yet it's like a writer, no, we should be reading, and I try to count that now. It's just, no, this is just part of my writing day. It's okay to read, and the Kindle does make it easy. You have a whole library with you.
Yes.
One slim package. We got some other good comments in the chat and some ideas. Tina said she got a writer-friended journal with illustration faces and a set of gel pens. So that's really cool.
Right. Since that writer's chat y'all did on creativity, that would be so great to have a journal that you could draw in.
Yeah, doodle in. I know, I love that. What else? I think I missed a couple too. Oh, a tote bag with clear pockets to put pictures from her books. Jan said that one. That is also cool. When someone sees that, they might ask you about it. I think I missed something. So if I missed someone's in the chat.
Oh, nice.
Let me know. Yeah. Oh, Jan, show that again. Isn't that cool? What a great idea. And then Sophia was talking about writers' conferences. I mean, that's kind of a big money gift, but, that is, even if you can't, swing the whole price of the conference, just, if you really got one you want to go to, maybe just tell family and friends, this year, please just give me certificates to that conference, or money that could go to that. I mean, that would be really, really cool.
Even appointments at a conference. If somebody couldn't pay for the conference, but they could you know, pay for you to meet somebody, or
Mhm.
that would be huge if
That
that's all
would
they.
be really huge. Yes. We had Shelly Hicks on here not too long ago, and she talked about Skillshare. So a lot of classes on that, and there's a couple others, lynda.com and Udemy. I'm not really sure about those. I don't know anything about those. Deborah, do you want to tell us about those other two?
Well, I mean, lynda.com and Udemy, they're all basically the same thing. They just offer that monthly subscription, and then you take whatever course they have on the site that you want. So
Right.
I don't know how it would work to prepay for a class to give to someone. But personally, I think that would be cool because I can't afford the monthly subscription, but I really would like to go and do a course.
Mhm.
Yeah. Something like Serious Writers Academy.
Exactly. Yes, we have classes there too.
I'm a member also of Jerry Jenkins Writers Guild, and it has transformed my writing. Absolutely.
Really?
Oh, yes. No doubt about it.
Well, there you go. That's a really good endorsement then. Spice tea. Tina makes spice tea for Christmas and puts it in jars to give us gifts. I love that idea. That's really cool. Matt, we're glad to see you on here today. Haven't seen you in a while.
I know, I've missed
good
you guys.
Christmas gifts for us?
I didn't even know what the topic was, so I wasn't thinking about it.
What would you like to get as a writer? What would you like to give as a writer? Any ideas for, we're just talking about Christmas gifts. So
One thing Jan says about with her bag, people ask about her books. That's a really good way of silently marketing. And so one great thing that you could do would be buy somebody business cards, or I have a friend, she started a blog like in August, and then in just a few months, she had like 500 subscribers, something really crazy like that. And she said she just got business cards and would give them out everywhere with her blog name on it. And she got t-shirts for her kids with her blog name on it. And they went to some festival and they just wore it. And she got all these followers that way. So something like that would advertise for their blog or their book or whatever. Would be really
That's a neat idea.
it is. You know what else? Something that doesn't cost any money, just talk a little bit of time that we can give to other writers, is to write reviews for their books, and or to put a meme on our Facebook page saying things, sharing other people's posts. I'm trying to be a bit more intentional about doing that and sharing other people's books, even if I've not read them. For a while, I was really like, I don't know if I want to, if I haven't read a book, I'm not sure I, want to put it out there. But my thinking on that has kind of changed because, it really doesn't matter. I know these people, I know, or I kind of know them. And it's like, if they've got a sale going on, even if I haven't read the book, it's okay to share that. It's what we should be doing for each other. If they've got a giveaway or, just to promote it. So, we can just be aware of going through our Facebook feeds and seeing things from our writer friends and sharing those things too. So it shows up on ours. Just takes a little bit of time, doesn't cost a thing, but they'll certainly appreciate you doing that. So, a gift of support. Yeah. I love that too. Okay, I'm going back to Tina's comments. One year I made spice tea jars. Oh no, I'm sorry, this is Sophia. So Tina made spice tea, and then Sophia says, one year I made spice tea jars for all the kids and put a note on the jar for the kids to collect blessings in. So that's really cute too. That's really fun. You guys are so creative.
One thing I read somewhere, and I tried this for my husband. This was a wedding gift. It wasn't a Christmas gift, but it could be applied to that. I got people in his life that had some kind of an influence, maybe pastors or teachers or something like that. And I asked them to write him a letter and put it in a book. And that might be something, if it was somebody really special to us, or for a wedding, or, do something like that. Because
that's a great idea too. Yeah. That's fun. All right. Anybody else have anything?
Does anybody have anything that they have done for other people? like, I know for my parents' anniversary one year when I was younger, I wrote them a song.
Oh,
I don't know
wow.
how great it was, but
Are you going to sing it for us?
I don't remember it. I'll say I don't remember it. I won't try really hard to think of it.
This was several years ago, but and I think I did it 2 years in a row. I gave a friend a subscription to the Writer's Digest magazine.
Nice.
So
Yeah.
that was a gift that gave all year long because
All year.
one, I think they have, I don't know, 8 issues or 10.
Yeah, but yeah, something like that. That's really cool, though. I mean, again, every time they get that magazine, they're going to be thinking of you. So it's
Yeah. And another thing you could do,
yeah.
a gift for writers, you could send a subscription of a magazine that they really want to start writing for.
That's true too. Yeah, that's a really good idea because sample magazines can be hard to get a hold of and they can be expensive, and that would be a good idea. Deborah, I think you're frozen up. I don't know what happened. We kind of lost you there a little bit. Here's another good idea. I like this from Tina. She says, for a writer's conference, you could print out the logo, make a puzzle out of it. If you can only give a portion of the cost, attach the money to one piece of the puzzle. That's really a sweet idea. Cute and very creative.
Yeah. Imagine her being creative.
I know, because she really is.
I like the idea of like a magazine subscription or something like that. My aunt does that for us. She buys us a subscription to National Geographic Traveler magazine, which is kind of a fun magazine. So it's just kind of bathroom reading. But but I was just thinking as I was listening to that, like an amazing gift that I would love for someone else to buy me would be like a Kindle Unlimited subscription. I think would be amazing for readers and editors. A little pricey potentially for somebody, but that's not too bad, I guess. But that'd be great because I just, I haven't subscribed to that because I don't know that I want to pay that monthly amount, and there's lots of books that are not in it that I don't want to. But if someone else bought it for me, that'd be great because then I can just go burn through books.
You could. That would be fun.
Yeah, and if you could get something that maybe they don't want to write for, but maybe they're needing for the research for their book.
Yeah, that's true.
Another fun thing to do might just be to do an artist date with somebody. It's just like, hey, let's, let me treat you to a museum, and let's go together and just have fun doing that. Of course, that's going to have to be somebody that you live nearby or that's something you could ask for, for too. You could say, yeah, this is what I'd like for us to do. Can we just, this would be a fun thing. Go with me and we'll go to the museum or to an exhibition or to what else? Like a arboretum. I mean, just whatever to get you out on a hike.
Well, like Robin is at that Museum of the Bible. If somebody was going up there, that'd be so cool.
Yeah, that would be cool. Yeah, paint night. Yes. Anything that just kind of a whole different, like ceramic classes. I think sometimes you can go and just do those for an evening. Just anything to make us be doing something different than what we usually do with just words, but with something else. And we talked about that on our creator show, how it would be just so fun to be doing other things. And there are a lot of talented people in this room too. I know that. Love this, a gift card to Staples or Office Depot. Who doesn't love office supplies?
Oh yeah. You know what else would be great for writers who have a really crazy schedule, to just give them a time away where they could just write.
Yes.
Okay, people are mentioning, like I mentioned, coffee gift cards there, but I should say too, like I get I'm a pastor as well, so I get some gifts from congregation members. It's a small church, so I don't get too many, but some of them are often like, I've just told people, if you want to buy me Starbucks gift cards, that's always appreciated. And so I've got tons. That's where I've gotten most of my writing done, is in coffee shops. Particularly when my daughter was a little bit younger, just having to get out of the house to do that. So that was really, really helpful. And I basically would have Starbucks gift cards. My birthday's in October, and they would last, the October ones would last me to Christmas. And then Christmas would last me to kind of in the spring. And there's some people that are like, oh, we want to give you something at Easter. I'm like, oh, sure, Starbucks gift card at Easter. And then last me into the summer, and then it's nice so I can be outside more and all that. So that was really good, just having those kind of timed moments to get those, those cards.
That's
Sometimes for writers who have families, I bet Rebecca would like something like this. Just trays of snackables, like a vegetable tray, so that you don't have to constantly feed your family or even yourself.
Yeah.
Look at her face. Yeah, she wants that.
Great gift.
Yeah, and no sugar because these kids eat sugar and they go crazy. Or cereal, I'm like, we have got to not have cereal today because wow, oatmeal, just oatmeal.
Yeah, the gift of time. That's something really, really nice. And on the comments, when we talked about having seen that post on Steve Lobby's website, I think Bob Hostetler was the one that wrote it. You said about gifts that writers can give to other people. And as you went down through the comments, someone brought up caretakers, and it kind of went into that direction too. And yes, it's not just writers who sometimes need the gift of time. Caretakers do. And if you're caretaking and writing, wow. And some of those suggestions were, volunteer to mow the yard, volunteer to do just these different tasks so that person doesn't have to do them, since they're so focused on caring for their loved one, and any free time they're trying to write, so if you can give them that gift. I thought that was really lovely how it just kind of veered into that direction.
Mm-hmm. That was good.
Yeah.
And anything, just picking things up for them and bring them to the house. It helps to know the person, and know what they need.
Oh, you see me. Okay. Hi.
We do see you.
Do you see my shirt?
No,
you're not stand up.
Says, I got gifts.
What does it
Can you
have
see
on it?
Can you see it?
Nope. Okay, now I see the I got.
You got to back up if you can. There you go.
There you go.
So what gifts do you like, Sharon?
I've been having the most difficult time trying to get on. I've been trying since 12 and I just got on.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
So, well, I last night I'm like, I'm going to wear my shirt to be funny, and I guess I don't know if you guys talked about this, but I think a great gift would be purchasing a class for somebody, like on Serious Writer. Did you discuss that?
We did. Yeah, we talked about that a little bit.
And making like a gift certificate, and making a certificate. If you can't afford it, the family could make their writer a gift certificate saying, we'll take the day, we'll leave, and you can write all day. And we'll leave, or we'll make dinner, or, like little certificates like that. I do that for my sister sometimes. I owe you a day of cleaning or something like that. But I think I would like that.
Even like,
and I love what Matthew said, gift cards to coffee places. Those are like the best. Gift cards, and any place where you can buy pens and paper
and pizza. I mean, give pizza gift cards too, so that people can feed their families and not.
That's a great idea.
It is, isn't it? Sophia says she wants Atlanta aquarium passes and scuba classes for research. So we'll be hoping that Santa brings you those. And then Tina wants ideas for something for her agent besides gift cards. I have a hard time with that too. Yeah. What do we give the agents and editors in our lives?
I think a gift card as an agent, junior agent, I think a gift card is great. I really do.
A whole bunch of Starbucks gift cards either, huh?
No, because you know what? Or I think that's awesome. Or I love gift cards.
They're fun.
Yeah, I do too. I always feel like when I give them, I kind of feel like, oh, I'm not really putting a lot of thought into this. And then I feel bad giving them. But then when I get them, I'm so happy. Wow, like I don't have to worry about buying my coffee. You can take care of that.
Or you could, you know, if you want to, you could find out what their favorite, if they have a Keurig or whatever, and maybe send a fun mug with coffee or tea, whatever their favorite beverage is. And send it in a little gift bag. But I think that would be cool. Or find out who their favorite author is and send them a book from there. Or I just think gift cards are the best, because then even to a bookstore or even Amazon, I think a gift card for Amazon would be great, because they can buy anything on Amazon.
That's the truth.
And I think gift cards are great, Matthew. I think that's, you receive them and they're great. I got mine, by the way, Johnny. I treated my friend to one of her favorite Starbucks drinks.
Oh, good, good. Sherilyn got a Starbucks gift card for being the first person to submit a Chicken Soup for the Soul story.
Yeah.
And it's published. It's being published in the next. It's being published. The Miracle one.
That is great.
Yay!
It's being published.
So there you
I
go.
have to-
When I give you guys challenges, you need to jump on them, because see, Sherilyn did, and now she's.
I need to say a disclaimer though. I wrote it from my husband's point of view. So my husband's name is being put on the
Instead of yours. Oh my gosh.
But that's all right, because you know what happened doing that. You know, at first I was like, but I wrote it, I should get the credit, you know, prideful me. But my husband is now writing more. He wanted to be the writer before me. He wrote kids' stories and things like that. So this is him being published in Chicken Soup for the Soul is encouraging him to write.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Wow. I love this, because it's just like it just keeps on going. I mean, right? It's like, you know, we just have this flippant thing happen, and then Sherilyn writes a story, but it's her husband, and now he's doing this, and it's going to be published, so people are going to read it. And wow, that's so cool. That's so cool.
I'm sure you guys mentioned conferences, right? To help pay for conferences. That's like a big thing.
Yeah.
I wrote a whole bunch of stuff down, but I think I actually
and house cleaning is
covered them
pretty
all.
popular. We've got a lot of house cleaning and childcare comments going on in the chat. And someone said offer to critique somebody's work or to edit somebody's work. I mean, that's a way to use your talent to bless somebody else too.
Oh, that's a great, Sophia.
Yeah, Sophia, thank you.
That's a great.
And ghostwriting. Yeah.
Yeah. One thing I've done is just helping people with their blog or their graphic design. Something I like.
Well, you know, Rebecca's being such a blessing to us, because she's certainly giving her talents to Writers Chat as she got the new graphic is all her, and we just appreciate it so much. So, you know, it's really
Merry Christmas.
thank you so much. We really appreciate it. So yeah. Merry Christmas, Deborah. She already gone. Glad she was here. Okay, anyone else? We've still got some time here. Anyone else have anything they would love to get for Christmas or want to give or ideas?
I was wondering if you talked about this before, about like gifts that you might be able to give to readers, or to like if you have a mailing list, like is there a way to kind of reach out to them or connect to them that's a gift, like something that doesn't cost money, that feels like, that would actually honestly feel like a gift to the people you're giving them?
You're getting,
I don't know.
Go ahead.
I have a friend who has been searching for a freebie. I've been helping her with her graphic design, and I finally found something, and she loved it. It is just a single piece of paper with really great quotes about whatever your audience needs. And, you know, just a little bit of cutesy. And it's a great thing because you market it as a poster, and you can give it away as a freebie or a gift or a whatever. And it's simple, it's cheap, and well, it's free if you do it.
Yeah.
I have an idea. Jake McCandless and I are doing a gift of, he and I are writing a prophecy book, 31 Prophecies Jesus Fulfilled. It's called Defying the Odds.
Wow.
And we decided to write for the month of December as a gift to everybody, to write prophecies Jesus fulfilled at his birth. And we're writing them together. And it's a lot of research, and we've been doing the research for a while. And that led me to think, because there's time involved, and time is a gift. And taking the time to strengthen somebody's, our motto is looking back for strength to go forward. Because at one time, everything was a prophecy.
Yes.
But another gift for a writer could be research.
Oh, yes.
Aside, that may be two separate things, but, writing your blog as a gift, giving them something to think on at Christmas time, and also during the year, doing research. I mean, research takes a long time. For some. So you guys know, especially those historical writers and stuff.
That's what I was about to say. If you're a historical fiction writer, or if you know one thing that they would love, or that I would love, is like a subscription to something like some publication that has archives that you can't access. Like I would love to find something. You can find it. I don't know if you'll know this, but the Library of Congress has archives all the way back from like the 1700s all the way to 1922 of most publications, but some of the big ones don't, because they're not public domain, they don't have it from 1923 to today, and you can get those by archives, and that would be a treasure trove.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that would be really cool. You could also write a short story, Matt, to get back to your original question. I love the poster idea. It's like, oh yeah, I think I want to do something like that. A short story, or even like flash fiction or something, which wouldn't take that long, you could give that kind of a gift. And maybe if it kind of worked in with one of your stories, so it's like a prequel or a in between or something like that, you could do that. Nonfiction, just some of your best tips, make that into a poster or a quote and make it pretty. Yeah.
Were you going to say, Matthew?
I was just going to say, like Ancestry.com is another one, especially if you know someone who's writing like family history or something. So my mom used that extensively in her book. My aunt did a lot of her research for her, which was great. But yeah, that was a phenomenal resource.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a good gift to give, even if they're not a writer.
Yeah, true.
A lot of people love that. I know somebody who gave a gift of a DNA test. And so they found out, it was a family member, and they found out that we have links. I mean, it will go to every country that you have.
Yes.
Links.
It's funny that you're talking about this, because the post for this week that Jake and I are doing are genealogy doesn't lie. And I just researched DNA tests and the accuracy, and that you're right. It goes back to the country origin that your people came from, and they're not really that accurate. I hate to say that, but they're not, with all the research that I've done. But with lineage and genealogy doesn't lie. So, but DNA tests are fun. They really are.
And what you were talking about, your research, that is such a gift. Because I can remember back when I was in high school, the one thing that kept me believing was the prophecies and how they have been fulfilled. That is such a gift. That's going to be really good. I'm excited for you.
Thank you. We're excited. We're still looking for a college that will do the statistics for us, the odds of the prophecies. One guy named Stoner did 8 of the prophecies, but we are looking for a college who will do 31 of them and take it on as a project, and they'll get a grade for it.
Cool. How do you go about asking them?
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, actually, Jake has asked his local college, because Stoner, the guy that originally did some of these, went to the college by where he lives. But you would just go to the math. You would go to the math head of the math and say, "This is what we're doing. Would you guys like to take it on as a project?" Because then what would happen is this class will take it on. they'll get a grade for it, and we'll get to use the work, and then that whole school will probably want to buy the book, even if they're not Christians.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
So, I
Great
mean,
strategy.
Oh, that is good, Dell. Think what a gift that would be to take the cover of a book a friend had published and put it on a coffee mug.
oh, that's awesome, Dell. That is really cool.
Yeah, that would be such a gift. I could.
Pop in here. I think I've showed this before, but this is a deck of cards with
Oh,
my cover on it that a friend gave to me.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, we're never going to play with these cards. But I love that. Isn't that cool?
It's really not hard to do because Vistaprint does that.
Yeah.
And you can get a T-shirt. You could. That was a great idea, Dell. And you can get a T-shirt with the book cover on it. And you can and you can buy all different. Vistaprint has all kinds of gifts.
You could do
You can get a bag. You can get a book bag with their book cover on it.
Oh, I think you missed Jan's tote bag. Jan, do you want to show your tote bag again? It's so cool. Look, it's got pockets, so she can put the
Yes.
covers in the pocket.
Oh, how cool!
And you know what else you can do? You know, you've seen those like infinity scarves, and it's got like the text of a classic on them, but there are places where you can upload your first chapter or so many words, and they will put that on there. I have thought about doing that for Where Treasure Hides. Maybe I will. Maybe that'll be my Christmas present to me. Wouldn't that be cool? And then people comment on it and you're, oh yeah, that's my book.
That is. Sophia, I love that.
I know. I was just going to say that.
Yes, prayer support, having somebody pray for you. That's you can't get better than that. And asking.
I give that as a wedding gift. I
Oh.
write in the card that I will pray for you for the first year of your marriage, and I do it.
Oh, wow.
Every day, I pray for the marriage, for unity and things like that. But that is awesome.
They don't understand how important that is until their first anniversary.
Probably after 6 months and the honeymoon wears off.
Yeah.
That's very sweet. I love that.
That's a great idea, Sophie. I love it.
Right. Well, we're getting close to noon, so I think we'll go ahead and close out the recording. Stay here for the after party. If you're watching the replay, we're so glad you were with us. Be sure to join our Writers Chat Facebook group if you'd like to be part of our community. Also, like our Facebook page. We're not going to be here for the next 2 or 3 weeks, but we'll be back in January with a whole new year of wonderful guests and exciting talk and, just everything that we do, a lot of laughter too. We always have a good time. So we're looking forward to seeing you in 2018 and wishing you a very Merry Christmas. Thanks.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Hi, everybody, wave. Merry
We'll see you all on Facebook.
Yeah.
Welcome to our new members.
Yes. Thank you, Rebecca. That's right. We're so glad to have you. Okay, recording off. Whoops.